All right, so hopefully we're up and running. Always that $1 million question. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see who sees me. Am I visible to anyone? Hey, if you can hear me, type something in the channel and say you can hear me. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now I'm starting to panic. You look and sound fine, Carrie. Okay, thank you. That's all I needed. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Monday edition of the Mike Meyers Ask Mike Anything live stream. The goal of this live stream is to provide those of us who are isolated by the coronavirus an opportunity to continue our studies on Comptia certifications. Now, here on the AMA, we concentrate on the Comptia A+, Net Plus, and Security Plus. However, we're certainly more than comfortable moving outside of just the main 3 Comptia certs, and as well as non-Comptia certifications as well. We're also good old nerds like talking about technology, so all of those topics are welcome right here on the Total Seminars channel at YouTube. All right, so a couple of things we need to know about. Number one, this is an Ask Mike Anything. So because it's an Ask Mike Anything, you ask me questions and I answer them. You ask me questions by typing them here into the chat window. Now, if you take a look at that chat window, you'll notice up at the top of the chat window, it might say Top Chat. If you see that, do me a favor and hit the pull down and change that from Top Chat to Live Chat. That will get the algorithm out of the way so I can basically see as things are coming in the normal order. The other thing you might want to make sure of is that you have timestamps on in the chat window. You'll notice that there's the 3 dots to the right at the top, and there's a little thing that says toggle timestamp. You want to make sure that's turned on. We're going to be doing some competitions, and those times can be important. Speaking of competitions, we absolutely will be giving away today. Number one, we'll be giving away free access to the Total Tester. So you can, if you're looking for A+ questions or Net Plus, or God, we sell zillions of questions, you can pick them all up right here. And of course, the big one that everybody's waiting for, we are giving away a Comptia voucher yet again. Isn't this amazing? Comptia has been absolutely fabulous with that. So we are working towards that. If you are on this channel and you won a voucher and you didn't receive the voucher, send an email to my buddy Dave Rush. I'm going to type that in. Or in fact, Dave Rush, I'm going to let you type it in. Dave Rush, would you type in your email address? davr@totalsem.com. We are once again in a situation where we want to make sure everybody who has won a competition has got their prizes. And we're going to be talking to Comptia. If there's any, we're pretty sure we got everybody covered, but if there's anybody who's waited about 6 weeks or more and you still haven't got your voucher, let us know. I'm hoping no one's going to say yes and that we're in good shape, but I always am a little worried. And for the record, if you didn't win and you think you can send an email to davr@totalsem.com going, hey, I never got my voucher, we know who you are and we have your IP address. So don't even bother. We know who's who. So I'm getting some people like really desperate for vouchers. All right, so let's take a look. Hey, Will Shaw's here. Good, good, good. Siegfried, always good to see you, my brother. Tolowit, always good to see you too, of course. Rainbow Jesse 1246. I do not think I've seen that name before. Hello, everyone. I hope I am the lucky winner today. I plan on taking A+ in August. Can use all the help. Well, good luck to you, Rainbow Jesse. Uh-oh, we're starting to... Are we stalling? I'm worried that we're suddenly... I'm getting some pauses in there, so... Nobody's saying anything, so we'll see. Guys, bear with me. I'm getting a little problem, and I need to text Dave Rush. Ignore that. Okay, so here we are. Looks like people are coming back in. We're doing all right. Patricia Grace. Hey, Patricia. Joel Nixon. Hello, Joel. Sied is good to see you again. Vegas Brent. Vegas Brent, I think, is new. Christina Strickland. Good to see you, Christina. Choco Taco. Boy, there's a name. Good to see you again, Chaco. Ross McGivern. Hey, Mike, got my first A+ exam in 2 hours. Been learning from your Udemy course. Wish you luck. Ross, good luck, man. Just relax for the next 2 hours and let's have some fun. Jared Graham. Anyone from the Netherlands? Andre. Yeah, Jared, I'm afraid Andre is from Belgium. No, he's from the Netherlands. Jared, watch for, what is Andre's last name? Andre van der Sloot or whatever good Netherlands name in there. Anyway, Jared, watch for my buddy Andre. He is from the Netherlands and will be saying hello. 203, it must be me. Yep, I know that feeling. What are some study methods you recommend for memorizing the little details of the 220-1001 exam? Anytime you find yourself doing rote memorization, you're making a mistake. You need to be understanding the tool sets that are underneath that and not just memorize them. This goes particularly strongly, like, for example, port numbers. Mike, how do I memorize all the port numbers? You don't. Well, I mean, you do, but you understand the ports and the protocols, and then the numbers are just a part of that. So what you do, you use tools like, for example, Wireshark, or you want to learn about FTP, get an FTP server. There's free FTP servers you can download, runs in Windows, runs in Linux, runs on Macs, and play with them. That's how you learn this stuff, not by trying to memorize a bunch of numbers that don't mean anything to you. Understand what they're doing and how it really works. And then there's not really... Okay. So anytime you see me stop and looking, it's because I'm actually going through the chat window. Andrew Seed, yo, Mr. G. All kinds of, there's Andre de Goyert. Sorry, Andre, I can't believe I forgot your last name. There's your, Jared, there's your fellow Netherlandian. Daniel Ocampo, can you go over Docker and Kubernetes? Can I go over containers? Sure. I'll be glad to do that for you. Okay, here we go. Let's dive in. Oh, for the record, guys, we start here at 2 o'clock Central Daylight Time, and we're going to get, this is a 1-hour show. It goes till 3 o'clock or until the questions run out. So be ready there. So let's go ahead and cover one of these real quick. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Kubernetes. I just saw it. There, Jared and Andre, you guys are talking. We're all set. Daniel Ocampo, can you go over Docker and Kubernetes? Sure. But let's not talk about what Docker and Kubernetes are. Let's talk about what containers are. I'm assuming that you have some knowledge about virtual machines. When we talk about a virtual machine and we use a hypervisor like VirtualBox or VMware, we use some kind of software that makes a virtualized machine. And when I say virtualized machine, I mean the hardware. VM, a virtual machine, is nothing more than a piece of software that acts, barks, thinks, smells, and tastes like it's its own machine. It uses interfacing with your actual hardware, and what it does is it virtualizes the hardware and you put a real operating system in there. You get the idea? Anybody who's ever set up a virtual machine knows that you still have to install Windows or you still have to install Linux into that VM, right? This is important. In a virtual machine, the hardware is virtualized, but you still have to install a legitimate, honest-to-God operating system into that VM. A container is nothing more than a virtualized operating system, but you still have to install a real application into it. Folks, the challenge we run into in life is that most of the coding we're writing these days is in support of web pages. So to call a web page just a web page anymore almost seems wrong. You're almost more like making an application. And when you're making an application like that,
there's a lot, you have to develop it. You have to write the code and program it and test it. And the code doesn't always come by itself. If it's JavaScript, you're going to have JSON files that are going to come with it. You're going to have other databases. If, heaven forbid, you're writing in C, you're going to have all kinds of dynamic link libraries and stuff like that. So when you're developing an application which is eventually going to become a web page, there's a lot of code in there. There's a lot of dependencies. And a container is the best possible way that you can develop code, run it within the container, see how it's doing, and then that gives you a good sense. And it gives you all kinds of controls. So that's what a container is. Kubernetes, and what was the other one that he mentioned? Docker. These are applications that are designed to help you manipulate containers. That's their job. Docker, for example, which is the one I know far better than Kubernetes, is a piece of software that allows you to develop code in containers with good control. A container is just a virtualized operating system, but Docker creates all the communication, all the upload, download, all the versioning, all the different user controls, all kinds of other stuff like that, that allows you to make good code. I would be hard-pressed to come up with certainly any web development that doesn't use Docker or something similar to that. So hopefully that answers your question. We'll see. Follow up with more questions if you want. Okay, so, it's got all kinds of stuff in here. Okay, first of all, number one, folks, do be aware that we have a Discord channel. Okay, I don't have a Discord channel. A buddy of mine has a Discord channel, and we get on it a lot. It's the Unofficial Mike Meyers Discord channel, and it's actually started to become quite the thing. There's a link for the Discord channel at 2:07 p.m. in the chat window. Folks, if you've got like a more detailed question that's not easily answered in an AMA, if you want to turn on your camera and your microphone and show people where it hurts, this is really the place to go. The Discord channel is a great job. I get in there, about once a week or so. My buddy Dave Rush is in there all the time. Oh, pardon me. And then on top of that, we have lots of the folks that you actually see here show up on that channel. If you're serious about getting through Comptia certifications or even moving beyond that, I can't recommend this Discord channel enough. Connor Wellman, that's good to see you. Haven't you been hiding? What's your opinion on the Comptia Data Plus, and will TotalSum be releasing content on anytime soon? I didn't even know the Data Plus existed until a few weeks ago. Comptia releases a lot of different kinds of certifications. And I'm lucky enough to be in a situation where I can be picky about what I want to create training materials on or don't. And at this point in time, Total Seminars does not have any great motivation. But that can change, guys. It's pretty early on in the process as far as I'm concerned. So that can absolutely change. Also, one other quick thing just so you guys know, just because you are nice enough to show up on today's AMA, we have a deal for you, and that means you get a combination of an ebook on any of our many, many topics and practice questions. Remember, I always tell people, in order to pass an IT exam, you need either videos or instructor-led training, you need a book, and you need practice questions. So we're giving you two. Oh, why am I yawning? So we're going to give you two in one shot at 50% off. This is ridiculously low prices. So in order to take advantage of this deal, just head over to our website, www.totalsem.com, and just head on over there and go over to the merchant area, and let's say you're interested in Network Plus. Pick up the Network Plus ebook, and then pick up the Network Plus Total Tester. That's what we call our practice questions, a total tester. You pick those two up, and then you just type in the window, you type in, where'd it go? Pi. Just type in PI, as in 3.1415927 or whatever it is. Just type in PI and hit enter, and you get 50% off. This is a ridiculously good deal. We're already about the cheapest folks out there, and then with this, we're even more amazing. Da-da-da-da-da. $208, Omar Natan. Mike, I need your help. I've been in 5 job interviews and no company's willing to hire me. I have to CCNA. Am I doing something wrong? Omer, you're doing something wrong. I don't know what it is. But Omer, I want you to do me a favor. This is just for my buddy, Omer. I need you to send me an email. Omer, send me an email. michaelm@totalsem.com. Do you see it right there? I want to talk to you. I am curious why you're having difficulties. So this is the best way to do it. Send me an email, and you and I will talk. Yes, I want to talk to you. Rainbow Jesse 1246, static and dynamic IP addresses the. Rainbow Jesse, I'm having a little trouble trying to figure out what you want there, brother, so I apologize. Static and dynamic. Okay, well, I can say this. Andre, I'm going to have to disagree with part of your response that said to Rainbow Jesse. All devices on a TCP IP network must have an IP address. And traditionally, everybody had a public IP address that you typed into the system. The problem with that mechanism is even by the mid-1990s, we started to run out of IP addresses. So one of the things we did is we came up with this concept called NAT, N-A-T. What NAT does is allows one device, a router, to get one IP, a public legitimate IP address, and then everybody behind that router uses private addresses with numbers like 192, 168, that kind of a thing. So NAT saved the internet because we were running out of IPv4 addresses even back in the 90s. So what we got into was a habit, and we still are in this habit to this day, is that the only devices that get public addresses, is it public? Is that what you, static and dynamic. The only machines that get public addresses are machines that are actually on the internet and doing work for a living. Servers get legitimate addresses. Routers that are on the internet get legitimate addresses. But everybody else just gets private addresses. But Rainbow Jesse's question was static and dynamic. In general, we provide static addresses to the core group of important systems that make up most of the internet. These are not your phones. This is not your desktop, okay? Those are not important. They're important to you, but they're not important to the internet. And in those cases, we usually use static addresses, and we get these static addresses because somebody upstream tells us what to type in. It's not like we have some magic knowledge here. However, there's a lot of places where we see public addresses. Be careful now. They're public addresses, but they're also dynamic. Probably the best example of that is pretty much every home router on earth. That router in your house has a public IP address that it's connected to on the WAN side. It has to, okay? If it doesn't, it's because you're weird and you're the exception that nobody likes. But even those systems which are using public IP addresses still use dynamic. And let's not say dynamic anymore. Can we just say DHCP because that's what it is? And so like example, your home router has a public IP address, but it's a dynamic address, which allows your upstream ISP to change it if they need to, which happens from time to time. So Rainbow Jesse 1246, ask me more questions and I can develop that. Blackburn and Tech, thanks you for all. You helped me get a lot. You're very welcome. Syed, good to see you. In Wi-Fi, how does Karma Attack differ from Evil Twin? Karma is a version of Evil Twin. Travis Sims, what security cert would you get after Comptia? Travis, I'd make a decision of where I want to go. Don't say Comptia. Say what security cert would you get after Security Plus? To me, almost everybody needs a Security Plus simply because the Security Plus is a certification that allows you to get an idea of what is the scope of IT security. But from there, which certs you take is completely up to you. Travis, what I'd prefer you do is after you get the CompTIA Security Plus, you go get a job. Go work. All right? So I'm going to assume that you're working and you're just looking. So the next thing you got to remember is that certifications, you get a certification for your next job, not your current job. So Travis, you've got to start making some decisions. By the time you get to Security Plus, you've got a job and you're working out there and you're starting to see and understand, audit versus pen testing, versus, I'm going blank momentarily. So you have to start making your own decision where you want to go with that. What do you like better? Security is in everything. You could be a Cisco router and concentrate on security there. You could be an IDS/IPS expert. You could get really good at SIEM and just work there. I don't know what you want to do next. You have to decide. Maybe you want to get into wireless. KW Heat 000. I've been taking your classes through Udemy and have the Total Tester bundle. Do you recommend any other training? No, I think you're in good shape. I don't know what you're going for. That might be more helpful to say that. But KWheat 000, if you're looking for a particular cert, then you're okay. Christina Strickland, what do you think is the best desk snack? Slim Jims. Closely followed by high-quality peanut butter crackers. One of those two. Jaden Driggers. Hey, Mike, big fan of yours. Is there a way to see what you missed on the CompTIA A+ exams? Find it discouraging. Yeah, not really. When you take the exam, at the end, they break it down by objectives to give you at least an idea, but they don't really say. Andre, I see why you disagree. Andre, we're allowed to disagree all the time. The better friends we are, the more we disagree, I say. I know you can't do that in politics anymore, but everybody else can. Patricia Grace, carrots probably in turn. Oh man, carrots. Now carrot cake. Patricia Grace, am I having fits? I don't think so. All right, well guys, I do have a surprise for you today. And folks, we're about to do some giveaways. But in order for me to give stuff away, I want to introduce somebody who I'm looking forward to becoming an important and intrinsic part of Total Seminars. Oh, look at her. She's on deck waiting for me. Come on in. Here, I gotta block you.
Okay.
That's what we're looking for.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you to the new editor-in-chief of Total Seminars. This is Melissa Lane. Melissa, welcome aboard, Killa.
Thank you.
So Melissa comes with a big, long pedigree, and we know that Scott Jernigan's shoes are a lot to fill, but I think you're going to do a great job on it.
Thank
and
you.
welcome aboard.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So guys, I'm hoping we'll be seeing Melissa on the show from time to time at least, just depending on what her timing and abilities are. Yeah, you literally have to help design your own job a little bit.
I'm very, very excited to do that. I mean, who else can do that?
Not too many people. We have a lot of fun here. It's like crazy the amount of wacky stuff that goes on. I was already warning Melissa about medieval costumery and all this other stuff, and She hasn't run out screaming yet, folks, so I guess I'm doing something right. I'm going to see if they have any. Lots of people are saying, welcome, Melissa.
Oh, thank you.
And Syed Hussein is saying, love carrot cake. Sorry, that was part of the earlier conversation.
Okay.
So anyway, what I thought I was going to do, guys, is I was going to ask Melissa to help me give stuff away today. All right? So I know normally that we would pull up practice exams and do some practice questions, but I thought it might be more fun to pick on poor Melissa, and she's going to guess a number between 1 and 10,000. And that's going to be the winner. So, folks, we are about to have 2 competitions. I need everybody to get ready, all right? So basically, Melissa's going to pick a number between 1 and 10,000, and whoever gets the closest without going over wins.
Okay.
Our first competition is for 90-day access to the Total Tester. And so what we have to do here, Melissa, you got a number in your head?
I sure do.
All right, so everybody, you ready? Don't say anything.
Not going to.
I need everybody to type a number between 1 and 10,000 into the chat window. Do that now. We are competing for free practice tests of anything in the Total Seminars library. You have to pick a number between 1 and 10,000, and the closest person without going over is going to win. You get to pick A+, Net+, Security+, CASP. It's up to you. AWS, whatever you want. So I see some people are finally typing. You didn't look. You got your number, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Got my number.
Yeah, we got your here. No, I don't want you to look. Your face was blocked out, Melissa.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
All right. So, guys, last chance. Let's get some numbers typed in. All right. Now, let's remember a couple things. Rule number 1: this competition is not fair. Okay? So if you're somebody who's won a bunch, you know what? We're just going to skip it. So, we actually have a term. Oh my God, I forgot his name. This is so embarrassing. This kid won so many times that I literally just had to cut him off.
Yeah.
I was like, sorry.
Banned from...
David Mohan.
Oh, no.
So we literally have a new verb. It's called to be Mohanned. Means that you've done so good that Mike cuts you off. All right?
Oh,
and we definitely got some Mohanners in here. All right, here we go, folks. All right, Melissa? What is it?
Okay. It's $5.99.
$5.99. Okay, everybody help me out. Let's see who the winner is. $5.99. The closest to $5.99 without going over. Andre, I'm just assuming you're a pass, dude. Andre, I'm assuming you're a pass unless you say otherwise, man. $5.99?
$5.99. Oh, Mr. G, by the way, I'm a Mac.
What?
Asked me if I was
A Mac person?
yeah, Windows or Mac.
Oh my gosh, go get your phone. Seriously, go get your phone. Okay. You guys have got to see this. This is going to blow your doors off. All right. Okay, Andre is passing. All right. I am looking for a winner. I thought I had... Andre. I'm looking for a winner, folks. Looking for a winner. Aren't we all? Okay, so I have for a winner Dave Rush, and I disagree on who the winner is.
What's Dave?
Dave is actually helps. He's at his home in the comfort of his house.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Dave Rush, please help me. I think the winner is different. Dave's going to look it up. So you guys ready?
Yeah.
Here, Melissa and I are going to show you our phones. Excuse me while I whip this out.
Ready?
Go.
Yeah, we're twinsies.
Not only does she have a pedigree that goes back since forever, she uses the same phone as I do.
This is why I was hired.
I think that might be part of the reason. you want. All right, so we're going to give this one to you. Ready? Server Ghost. Server Ghost, you are the winner. Yeah, TC, you were in there, but we passed you because you've been mohanned. All right, Server Ghost, in order for you to claim your prize, you got to jump through a couple of hoops. Number one, you need to send an email to Dave Rush. That's DaveR@TotalSem.com. In that email, you must include, number one, your YouTube name. So I need to see the word Server Ghost in the email. Make sure to add your email address. Well, Mike, I'm sending you an email. Just use the return address. Nope, because some people can't figure that out. You have to have your email in there. And then third, let us know what practice exams you want. And we will get those to you in no time whatsoever. No, see, they're glad to win the free practice questions, but you know what they're here for?
You.
Well, no, they're here for a free voucher.
Of course.
There you go.
Of course.
All right, so while Melissa's red hot and doing such a good job coming up with questions, with numbers, we're going to have Melissa do this one more time. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, you got a number? You got it in your head?
I got it.
Cha-ching. Okay,
Yep.
folks, start here. The person who gets the closest to Melissa's number without going over wins a Comptia voucher. This is an international voucher. It works in, if you can get to a country where the test is administered, it works there, okay? Bhutan. I couldn't get it to work in Bhutan.
Ah, why?
Did you know I got invited to go to Bhutan?
That's amazing. What?
I know. That's kind of what I was saying too.
Yeah, I'm at a loss.
And then you say you're Bhutanese.
Yeah. Or a Bhutanite?
Well, you got to be careful with that. Like, so someone from Wales, what are they? If someone is from Wales, they are Welsh.
Welsh, right.
Right? And if someone is from France, they are?
French.
And if someone's from Belgium, they are?
Belgians.
They're the Belch. And she's laughing at my jokes. Look, while she's new and still laughing at my jokes, we got to document all this because a year from now she's going to be like, yeah, see, I got a different phone too. All right, so let's see. All right, we've got, so starting right here. Voucher, I get to see you. Well, welcome. Mohan. Everybody remembered David Mohan's name. All right, folks, be sure to type in your numbers. We have a lot. Guys, we're about to give away a Comptia voucher. This is worth up to like $400. Let's get some numbers in there, people.
Look. Toluit. Isn't that nice? He is truly here for you.
Yeah. Toluit's a dangerous person.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
He lives in a van down by the river. He's a good guy. And people from Netherlands are called, they've all heard these stupid jokes so many times, Melissa. Here, Andre is literally in the Netherlands.
Oh my.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so we got lots of numbers. Let's go. Let's do it. Give us a number. The number is
268.
Look at you in the 3 digits. Okay, 268. All right, so whoever has 268, the closest to 268 without going over. Uh-oh.
We got some close ones, it looks like.
Yeah, but they're all over.
Oh. I need a dry erase board to write some of this.
All right. We're going to do it again from the top. Here we go, folks. All right, anything after 234, TC put 268.1. That's my current weight, by the way. Everybody's keeping up on my weight. All right, so we're going to do this again. You guys ready? We're starting over. I need a number between 1,000 and 10,000. So you're now required to give me a 4-digit number.
Okay.
In fact, it has to be 4 digits because up to 10,000, then 999.
Okay, between 1,000 and...
No, wait, they have to type in new answers.
Okay.
So we're going to give them a minute.
Okay.
Guys, do it again. Here we go. Come on. Type them in. Jenish Patel. Hey, Jenish, you got robbed, man. Like I said, this is never a fair competition. But the nice part is, Jenish, just come back because there's only something like a little over 100 of us in here at any given moment. So your odds are good. May the odds always be in your favor.
Yes.
Shoop. All right. So you got to pick a number between
Okay.
1,000 and 999 inclusive.
Got it.
You got the number?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Wait, they're still typing. I don't want you to look at them, Melissa.
I'm not.
I mean, I know
Like
you're an
I-
honest
like
person.
like I'm going
not
to.
doubting your veracity. It's, it's, you're only a human being. The temptation is great. Okay. Guys, going once. Going twice. The number is?
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4 is the number.
I hope there aren't like several of them.
Dang. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4?
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
All right. Both of the people who are close are people who have won before, but we're going to let them get away with it. Dave, we're going to let him get away with it. All right, so today's winner is Mr. G. I know what I want, and I want it now. All right, Mr. G, in order to get your prize, you have to jump through a couple hoops. Mr. G, number one, you need to send an email to my buddy Dave Rush. That's daver@totalsem.com. In that email, Mr. G, I need you, number one, put your YouTube name just like it shows in your chat. Number two, put your email address in the body of the email. Number three, put the name you've used on previous Comptia certifications. If this is your first certification, Mr. G, then just put your legal name. That'll be fine, just like you're signing a document. Next, put your country of residence. And if you're in the USA, be sure to add your state. Then put the country where you will take the exam. As Americans, Melissa, you and I are confused by that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of folks that like live in Belgium and they can, take an Uber to Luxembourg and take the exam. And then last, put the exact exam number. If you want the A+, don't say A+, put like A+ 220-1002 or something like that. And congratulations to you, Mr. G. Let's see if Dave Rush is yelling at me. Dave wants me to type in the number. I'm not sure what that means. Okay.
Oh, type in the...
Like that? All right, we're doing that just for my buddy Dave. Melissa, thank you so much for helping out there with the everybody's getting some prizes.
Sure.
We're going to drag you back in here, I guarantee.
Oh, please do.
Melissa's office is literally right next door to the studio, so
Yeah,
like,
this is going to be...
we got a boring day. Get the editor.
Just call for me. Just call for me. Hey, please bring Melissa in. Please.
Yeah,
please.
that's anytime they're tired of looking at me, trust me, they would do it. Melissa, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, everybody say bye to Melissa. She'll be back. Daniel, she is now famous. That's true. Mr. G, thank you. I believe I've just Mohanned myself. Mr. G, you are Mohan. Da-da-da-da. We need like a sign anytime anybody gets that. Melissa, they're cheering your name. They're cheering your name. All right, guys. Well, I think it's 2:39. It doesn't look like we have any more questions. Here, Tolowit, say her name 3 times in a mirror and your grammar is magically corrected. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I like that. Guys, David has reposted the Discord channel. Also, don't forget to take advantage of our AMA. AMA deals this week, 50% off the best practice questions and best ebook in the nation. How can you lose with something like that? I am at the door. I love people are still typing in numbers this late. Rainbow Jesse, good luck to you. Folks, uh-oh. Oh, hang on a minute. I do have a question. Michael Hill, is there a piece of software I can run in the background as a DHCP server on a Windows machine? Yes, there are. But my question is, Michael, is that what you want to do? A couple of things you might want to consider. Yes, there are DHCP tools out there. And I can't quickly think of the name of one. Oh, here, I'll help you out. Yeah, of course, it's like, just get a copy of, hang on. I'm doing a quick search. There's a number of DHCP servers for Windows. It looks like most of them need money or a donation. The one thing I'd recommend that you ought to consider, if you're, instead of just throwing DHCP server software on an arbitrary Windows machine on your network, you ought to consider getting a Raspberry Pi. I'm sure Dave Rush already has Raspberry Pi videos on how to install a bind, not bind, DHCP-D, the daemon, I forget what it's called. All Linux systems come with a good DHCP server, or you can download it easily enough. The reason I'd consider doing it on a Raspberry Pi is that you know exactly where any of your DHC problems are. If anything goes wrong, you just point at the Raspberry Pi. I've done where you just threw a DHCP server on some arbitrary system on your network, but if that system goes down or gets unplugged, you know, you've lost your DHCP. So I'm not saying it's bad, but you could do it. How much is this one? DHCP server Windows. I'm actually looking for a particular product. Well, this thing just came out in March of 2022. That's a good sign. Oh, you can download it after you make a donation. It looks like you can donate a small amount of money and it will still let you in. That is just one that I happen to stumble into. The answer is you can absolutely do something like that. Con, you've asked a question about DVRs. Con, you really need to take that question over to the Discord channel. The reason is, and Con, please join the Discord channel. You'd love it. The reason you want to do it in there is because people are going to have questions for you, so it's really tricky to do something like that. Server Ghost, hey guys, can anyone tell me how we can get only practice exams or simulations as well for this win that I got? Didn't Server Ghost just win free practice questions? Server Ghost, send an email to Dave Rush and he'll get you figured out, man. All right. Woof. Let's go ahead and wrap it up for the day. Guys, I will be back on Wednesday. If you have any questions or issues or anything else, never feel afraid to email me. I'm michaelm@totalsem.com. Always glad to hear from you guys. Other than that, I am out the door and I am going to run. Folks, y'all have a great day and I will talk to you again soon. Until then, bye-bye. Bye.